I really don't like to call someone's personal opinion complete BS unless it's actually something that I feel really that is worthy of actually being labeled as BS. But again, there's a lot of things that's actually going on YouTube regarding the gender war, where it's actually reaching new levels, where it's beginning where we already know, that the gender war is going on in the black community between black men and black women. But there was actually a new, I guess, lie, I should say, that, well, not, I would not actually necessarily call it a lie, but a new issue that's actually been brought to the forefront by some a female on here on YouTube. And pretty much I never knew who she was or what she understood until I actually received a link to my inbox from a viewer here, and they actually wanted me to take a look at a video that was done by someone by the name of Miss Prophet 123. And I really don't know her or know who she is or what have you. So what I like to do is that anytime someone actually sends me something, I don't really like to respond to a video unless I actually get an overall feel of what this person is all about, meaning their ideals, their philosophies, and that sort of thing. So what I usually do is that when somebody sends me a link and actually wants me to view something, I usually go and view a couple of their videos. I try to get the type of feel of what they are and who they are and what they can contribute and what their overall purpose is, as far as their what they actually have to offer or bring, to the forefront here on YouTube. But listening to a lot of the things here that this lady is actually saying here, and I listen to a lot of her videos, and I also listen to a lot of responses from people who listen to her videos, including some video responses from people. And for the most part, I was a bit offended. I was very upset, and I think there is some things, I guess, that I need to talk about to kind of get out and then off my chest, out in the forefront. Because again, it's sad again when we already know pretty much the issue between black men and black women, but when you actually keep elevating this thing and bringing a new uh, issue to the forefront, and actually you generalize it like that, for the most part, it kind of, again, it puts a sour taste, at least in my mouth. And again, with me knowing who I am, I don't like to sit there and hold something. When I actually have something to say, I want to actually be able to say it, because that's just how I roll. But there was I was looking at some of her videos, but there was an actual statement, and I don't know which video actually it was actually in per se. But again, I studied some of her videos, and for the most part, I was unimpressed. I'll just go ahead and say that. I mean, not that I am someone who, has to have the overall say on folks' videos, but I wasn't really impressed by a lot of the stuff that this woman's saying, because a lot of the stuff that she's speaking, meaning Miss Prophet 123, she's coming from a bad place. Just like a lot of people here on YouTube who claim that they're actually, bringing an issue to the forefront. There's one thing when you're bringing an issue to the forefront to actually educate and inform folks, but when you're coming from a bad place, and again, you put your personal issues in there and you generalize, it kind of taints your whole argument, at least in my opinion. And it really is, and I would not really be open to anything else that you have to say. For the most part, there was a statement that she made in one of her videos that I think is actually worth actually exploring, and I'll just give my take on it. But there was something that she was saying here that only in the black community we have, where black women have to beg black men to leave. So I actually had to sit there and really think about this for a moment here and really see here, where is this coming from, and of course, how she can actually say something like this, of course. And I'm only centering this on her, because one thing about it is that I don't like to deal in generalizations. And anytime someone actually has something to say or makes a generalization or makes a statement, they should actually be able to offer real world examples and really be able to see how it actually relates to them personally before they get out there and spew garbage and have people backing her up and saying this, that, and the other. Because in my opinion, half of the people that are really in the sisters, this is who I'm addressing this to, half of those, a lot, or I should say a great deal of those, pretty much really, don't really even fall into the category of what she's saying. The only reason they're actually saying this is, again, is the fact that she's a black woman who's supposedly fed up with black men. And the only thing about it, again, is that these other women who are backing her up have access to grind already against black men, piss poor black men that they chose, to date or whatever else, or get knocked up by. So really, the thing about it is that you have to really call it for what you see and for what it is. In my opinion, I mean, a lot of her things, I mean, she did have some valid points in what she's saying, but a lot of the stuff that she actually is saying is actually, it lost its relevance because she comes from a bad place. And for the most part, she does not come to instruct. She comes to criticize, nag, and put down. And anytime you do stuff like that, you really you lose the interest of those who you are supposed to be addressing. Now, when you're saying that that only in the black race the women have to beg black men to lead, you have to really understand and really see what this is all about and the reason why it actually seems that way. And the word, and again, and I use that word very carefully, seems that way. And the reason why I say that is because, again, everything is not as you see it. Again, there's always two sides to every story. There's always an underlying meaning as to why things happen the way they are. See, one thing, Miss Prophet actually speaks in terms of really of how she sees the world. And she doesn't really take into account of what is actually going on. In my opinion, anytime you have someone that sits up there and addresses one issue time and time again after every video that they have, it's because they're actually deficient in something or they're insecure in some way, shape, or form. And see, one thing about it, that anytime you have a black woman telling or actually being fed up and always issuing issues about black men, that lets me know that she wants one and that she cannot get one. Yes, I said that. She wants one and can't get one. And one thing about it is that you cannot blame anybody else for not wanting to step to you, because again, why would a decent black man, attractive black man, an ugly black man, all of these people who you addressed in your past videos, why would they even want to even address a woman like you who, again, who does not appear to have much going for herself? Again, I'm not trying to say or that to be funny or mean or anything like that, but you have to call it like it is. I don't deal in generalizations, but apparently you do. So again, when you put out general statements like that, you have to be aware that you will get people who you piss off, and really they have to come and really set you straight. Again, it's pathetic, again, that you have these women who are actually sitting up there saying that it's pathetic that black men have to do this. Well, first of all, you don't have to beg a black man to do anything. That's you and your choice. Here we go again. Black women, most of them, not all, have, don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. First of all, again, you don't have to beg anybody to do anything for you. Again, if they love and truly cherish you like they're supposed to, then they will do that. They will do for you without you having to beg them. The fact that you have to beg them means that they don't even want you to begin with. You're the one that's running behind them like a sick puppy dog trying to get them to do something, and they are just refusing to do it. So that lets me know, again, that you don't have any self-esteem. The fact that you have to beg somebody to do something for you. So again, there you go. One thing that I've noticed about Miss Prophet is that she tends to contradict and really overtalks herself a lot. And see, one thing about it, again, is that I don't, again, rush to a video camera the minute that I see a video. I like to sit there and listen and look at a variety of videos that, that a person may do to kind of get an overall feel of what they're all about. I mean, again, a lot of people praise her, saying that she's articulate and all these other type of things or whatever the case may be. Fine. I have nothing against that. I don't come against that. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But in my personal assessment, she really comes across for wanting a lot of shock value. And see, those are the type of people who I call YouTube attention whores, because again, they really don't know what to say. They really don't have anything else or anything creative to say. So they stick to something that they feel that's safe, that will actually create drama. And see, one thing that we know about drama is that it exists a lot in the black community, between men and the women. But see, again, her overall purpose is not to educate, it's not to uplift, even though she may say it does. But again, when you clearly look at her videos, you can actually see that it's just the opposite. She doesn't represent anybody or her gender in any type of positivity. The only thing that she actually represents, again, is insecurity. And you can see it every time she opens her mouth. Every time she opens her mouth, it's like she's always trying to, what she calls putting someone on blast, but she fails to take the spotlight off the black men and put it on herself and see why men react to her the way they do. Again, you have a lot of people that, and I think there was some videos actually that was done where, and I think there was a fellow by name, Tommy Sotomayor, who posted a video saying that, for people to stop harassing her and this other type of stuff. But actually, after I guess Miss Prophet and Tommy Sotomayor had some sort of rivalry going on, he came back up immediately and said, you know what? He recant everything he said and actually let, whoever wants to attack her, go ahead and attack her. But again, I'm going to continue this in a different video, and this is going to be part 2. So just stay tuned.